Yo, I'm back again. I'm gonna make one more video after this today, but this is the second video for today. And uh, so basically, look, this is what I'm talking about. This video is gonna be kind of interesting for a lot of cats because this is something men struggle with heavy too. And women who see this will know that as well. And even other men will know because they may have been there or seen somebody go through it. And that is, regardless if it's a relationship, you know what I'm saying, a marriage, excuse me, a situation, arrangement you have with a girl, it's very important as a guy for you not to be, I'm gonna adjust the camera. It's very important for you as a guy not to be in a situation where you're giving and not getting. Um, and this could manifest itself in a multitude of forms. So I'm not gonna get into that aspect of it. But I am gonna get into the aspect of having situations where you're giving and not getting. Of where as a man you need to leave. If there's a situation where you're with a girl and she's not treating you right, you need to leave. A lot of times guys will make all kind of excuses for why they're staying when it really is their ego and their pride, or they're afraid to lose a girl. You know, it's like we reach a point sometimes in situations where we're almost sadists or something. You know, like we will have a girl, and women see this too. I'm telling y'all, women know, and a lot of times, you know, she's gonna continue to treat you however because you're tolerating it. Um, Women, they already don't respect you if they're treating you like that. So you have to understand that if she's not treating you in a way where she's acting like she likes you or cares about you or treating you like you have some value in her life and to her, you gotta leave. If you've been with the same girl for we've been together for a year and we've been through so much, that don't mean stay. Sometimes a woman is showing you in situations, and a situation is showing you that that woman is not for you. A lot of guys want to, guys talk about women trying to change us. We do the same thing. You know, we got situations where you're with a girl and you know it's not right, you know, but then what do? That, you know, you got like a 90-10 situation or 80-20, 90% crap, 80% crap, 10% good, 20% good. So you focus heavily on that 10 or that 20% in both of those instances that I've given. And then you use that as a reason to stay in a relationship. You can't, bro, if your girl is treating you, you know, just, I mean, you feel it as a guy. The same way women feel stuff that we do. We feel things like, just like, you know, when you feel like your girl's probably not really, you know, what's the word? Like she doesn't have that same type of enthusiasm and that same, she's not as I don't know, hyped about you in a situation as she probably once was. If ever though, sometimes guys will start the whole situation off like this. But once it's changed to that or started that way, women will get used to that protocol and they'll stay until they're ready to leave. And you don't want that. Because all you're doing is prolonging the fact that eventually you're gonna get your heart broke if that's the case. That you get your heart broke. Or you're just gonna get left. You know what I'm saying? Um, and then you're gonna be upset. And there's no point, you know, you look at the situation and you see how women treat guys. In some case, if it's you, women treat you, and you allow this. And then once a woman leaves you, you be acting surprised at her, bro. You knew she was already 1 foot out the door anyway. You already knew that things had changed. You just have to find it within yourself to leave her. If your wife is not treating you good, look, my machinist was with his wife for like 20, about 26, 27 years. The last 7 years of his situation, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna get into how bad it was, but it was bad. But he tolerated so much from her that he didn't need to, that he didn't deserve, and that he didn't need to tolerate. But the reason I bring this up, not me putting a spotlight on him, it's me putting a spotlight on the fact that this is not uncommon. There's a lot of men out here. I almost even want to say a good majority of men who are in relationships like this. You realize, you know, you've accepted the fact that your woman doesn't see you like you see her. You've accepted the fact that the relationship, you're going to be the one that's catching the, you know, or getting the short end of the stick with a lot of stuff. And then you think this is what a relationship is supposed to be. It's not supposed to be that. It's supposed to be a situation where both of y'all are given to the other. And then a relationship flourishes from there. But if you are the only one giving and she's not, or you're giving a lot and she might give 1 to 2%, you know, you're not winning, bro. And that ain't the way to do. I got the camera angle all messed up. I'm trying to get it right. That's not the way to be, man. You know, if your girl is not treating you good and stuff's not going right, get out of there. I know it's hard. You don't want to leave and you love your girl and all that stuff. I get it. I've been there before 2 years ago. I've been in situations where girls treated me bad. But the thing about it is you have to be able to exercise proper discernment to know when things ain't right. And you know, like I said a couple seconds ago, you know. You feel it in your gut. You feel it in your heart and you start to believe and think it in your mind. You know what I'm saying? And she knows. You know, and the worst part about it is you never know what's going on. She could be in a relationship with you, cheating on you while she's with you. She could be stealing from you. I mean, I know I'm not saying. I'm just saying it could be bad things going on. I mean, in some case she could be, but I'm just saying, even if it's a situation where she's just utilizing you for the monetary resources and the whatever type of what do you call it, tangible resources that she can get from you, you know, it's almost as bad as if she was stealing from you. And if she's not stealing from you, she's definitely using you. But you're allowing yourself to be used. You're allowing yourself to be cheated on. You're allowing yourself to be disrespected. And sometimes on a multitude of fronts. You gotta find out within yourself just to, you gotta, like you say back in the days, you have to lean into that discomfort. You have to walk toward that, you know, that uncomfortable, that pain, whatever it is. You got look, you got to be a man. You know what I'm saying? Be a man and just go into it and deal with it. And the thing about it is, yeah, it's gonna hurt for a while in a lot of cases. You know what I'm saying? But remember back with the video I did about acceptance. When you accept that, I don't mean, again, like I said, I'm gonna reiterate, like I did in that video, I'm gonna reiterate on the fact that acceptance doesn't mean that you're beating yourself up. I suck and she should have never, she was right for leaving me and no, none of that stuff. Acceptance in the sense that you know what, you're like, look, stuff wasn't good. I allowed it to get to that point, but now I'm done with it. And this is going to hurt for a while because I'm going to have to adjust. I got to learn to live without her in a situation. But at the end of the day, I'm doing a whole lot better. Look, another time, let's use me for an example right now. So a lot of times people will talk to me about my divorce. My divorce, it it crippled my pockets. It really did. But the fact of the matter is, a lot of it had to do with how I did the co-petition divorce papers. I didn't realize that I didn't have to pay child support because we had joint custody of my daughter. And when I went and had to get my lawyer anyway to redo the visitation agreement, he was like, you didn't have to do that. So it ended up costing me even more money than I thought it would, or that I realized it needed to. So I had to eat that. That was an L I took, and a lot of it on my part. But using me as an example, I look at the fact that even though financially my divorce was whack, I'm still recovering from that. But, you know, I even have a lot of people when I tell them what happened my divorce, they say it's a nonsense. Another cop out. It's cheaper to keep her. And you know what I tell them every time someone says that to me? I say, my sanity absolutely begs to differ. Because I was so much happier when I left my marriage. I was tired of all the things I was dealing with. I am gonna get into what she was doing. As far it was really, she was mistreating my son, and I'm not going any deeper into that because ain't no need to, and I'm not gonna be bad mouthing her on here. And I wasn't perfect. I mean, I wasn't doing anything bad, but I could have done a better job of helping her bring her best self to the situation with my leadership, and I didn't know. But I was young, you know what I'm saying, and I was thinking that was the way to go about it. But nonetheless, you know, the thing that I'm seeing was the biggest fallout from my divorce was how bad it hit me financially. But that goes back to the theme of this video. I I realized it was the right thing to do. At first it was a bit of a, you know, it was uncomfortable adjusting to change. I'm coming home by myself and it's all quiet, you know, like the one song. What is it? The house is dark and my pots are cold. You know what I'm saying? That's what it was like. I come home. I don't know about this being by myself stuff. My kids weren't there. You know what I'm saying? It was just. But then over time, that shit started to get easier, and I adjusted. And then I was like, man, I definitely made the right decision. You know what I'm saying? Things started looking up and getting better within a short period of time. But a lot of it was because I believed that once I made that move, well, I believed initially before I made the move, it was the right thing to do. And then I didn't ever give up, you know, the fact that I knew that it was the right thing to do. Because I did. My heart, my mind, you know what I'm saying, my gut, everything was like, this is what you got to do. So once I went in that direction and executed things right at that moment, even though it didn't seem like it, I was already in position for things starting to get better. They were already getting better right immediately once I left. And it's just the same for any of y'all that leave. If you gotta leave your wife, I mean, it's not cool to see marriages break up, but it's also not cool to see someone stay in a marriage because we got kids. That's dumb shit. It's not cool to stay in marriage when you know she's doing whatever she wants to do, and you're just tolerating whatever she throws at you or she dishes out to you. And she knows in her mind you ain't going anywhere. You can't allow yourself as a man to be disrespected, because if you're allowing her to disrespect you and she knows that you're allowing it, she don't respect you anyway. So you will never get back into her good graces until you basically, like I joke around and tell a lot of my boys, look, when your girl's sleeping, go to her nightstand. You know what I'm saying? She got your nuts up there. Go grab them bitches real quietly. Sneak out of there, grab your nuts, and reattach them bitches to you and become a man again. And that's what you got to do, man. You know what? And another thing is, you got to endure whatever hurt. It's like fighting. You don't go into a fight, even a good fight. You're going to get popped every once in a while. You might even get dropped. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, even for a person that never lost a fight, you're going to get hit. So, and that's what relationships are like. Stuff is going to happen and you're going to have to endure it. But the thing about it, just like fighting, is the more you go through, the better you get. As long as you're paying attention and not just, performing and acting and moving aimlessly without any direction. Same as with relationships. You know what I'm saying? You're going to go through a little bit of discomfort, but each time it's going to get better and better. And again, use me as an example. I just got out of the best relationship I was ever in for about over 5 years. And this one wanted to marry me. Like I told you before, another video, I just wasn't there. I didn't want to get married because it was what she wanted. And I wasn't going to force myself to be in the same place that she was, because I have other things I need to do. So we were both not at the same place. But as far as the relationship is concerned, she would tell me, oh, I love us and I love you. And I know, even when she went and left, she still loves me. She's like, my heart belongs to you. But my point is this, had I not done what I needed to do to leave a situation and situations that I had before, I wouldn't have been in position to be in that relationship and to be the man that I was to her and make her life better and give her a better example of what a man could do, you know what I'm saying, or could be, in a relationship, or even what a relationship can be for her and for me. I got raps. So I'm telling you, I'm talking to you, whatever guy out there, if you know your girl's not treating you right, your wife not treating you right, or a situation where you're trying to get with a girl, man, even if it's a deal where you're trying to get with a girl and she's just dissing you, leave that girl alone, man. There's billions of women out here. Go find a different one. You don't need to, and don't be. I mean, you got to be a good guy. Don't be like, I deserve better, and you're, cursing at women, calling them, all kind of names, and doing all kind of dishonorable and whack shit to women. Then if shit go wrong for you, and because you're acting like that, then you deserve it. I'm telling you, you deserve it. But if you're out here and you're like, I'm trying to do my best, get out of there. Because she's not going to all of a sudden be like, oh, I hurt your feelings? I'm so sorry. Let me just be a good woman to you. It never works like that until you do like I said a couple minutes ago. Get your nuts and reattach some bitches and be a man. That's the first start to you getting shit better. But also recognize, I'll do a video on this too, sometimes there's no fixing shit. So just leave. Leave the situation. You owe it to yourself. Even if you don't want to think about what you owe to her, because you don't really owe her anything. You owe it to yourself, though, to be good to yourself. You owe it to yourself not to continue on in a situation where you're being treated less than what you are, extending out to the other person, or you're getting less, when you know that you're a good person, you're being respectful, you're being kind, you're being thoughtful. There are women out there who are looking for that. So why are you wasting your time? This last point. You wasting your time with this girl that's not appreciating you, when there's women out here on the starting line waiting to tag up, be like, I want a man like that. In a lot of cases, for the guys I'm talking to in this situation, you're that man. So put yourself in position to be with these women that are waiting for you, because they're waiting for you. They really are. You know what I'm saying? All you got to do is put yourself in position so you can be that guy that, that ends up being, a good man to that woman, and has a woman be the best, the best woman and her best self to and with you. And then y'all build something right. And then you'll be looking back and wondering how you ever even endured all of the bullshit. Get out of there, man. I'm telling you. This is from brother to brother, man. Get out of there. All right, man. Like I always say, be the man because you are the man. Okay? You gotta, in this case, you definitely gotta be the man because you are the man. You know what I'm saying? Because she gonna do whatever she gonna do. And you gotta be the man and say enough. You know what I'm saying? And then you take the steps to get things better, man. You know what I'm saying? Learn from the situation, but get out of there. All right, man. Peace.